What's up, guys? Lee here with Brush Pile Jigs. This isn't a humor video. This is pretty much an instructional video. I've had a couple of guys come by the booth at Indy and some of the other shows and ask me some questions on jig heads and the different applications. I know that everybody's not comfortable coming by the booth and asking questions or, messaging or whatever. It's your personal comfort levels. So I'm going to do a quick video and give you guys the information to put up on the page, and that way you guys can watch it and re-watch it at your leisure, and you can kind of get the information that you want from it. We'll do a couple of these videos. We've had some different questions in different areas. We will cover some other topics in some other videos. I'll try and get those done today. It's during the week here at Indy, it's a little bit slower than the weekend, so I've had a little more time to prep and go back and do some videos. We're going to start with 32nd ounce. I did all these in collared and in orange just so you guys can see them. My bright orange shirt, my bright orange hat. Here we go. 32nd ounce collared jig heads. If I have to stop the video, I'll stop it and start it up again, guys, for customers to come in the booth. 32nd ounce jig heads. These are collared. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. There we go. What would I use a 32nd ounce jig head for? What I would use a 32nd ounce jig head for would be the water column from 0 to 5 foot. You can either cast 32nd ounce, you can vertical jig it, or you can put it under a bobber. Here's the bobber sizes that I use, and I'll tell you why I use them. If I'm going to go to a slip bobber, here's this little guy here, and this dude here. As you can see, they're two different sizes. Both small slip bobbers. The reason I would use a small slip bobber is it makes less of a splash when it hits the water. In that shallow of water, personally, I think the less splash you make and the less disturbance you make, the better off you'll be. The lure hitting the water, going down in, will make enough of a disturbance and a motion that I believe the crappie will see it, and if they are in an active feeding mood, they will hit it. But you don't want a bigger bobber that makes a big splash, something unnatural to the crappie, and spook them. So if you're going to use a slip bobber, that's what I'd use. I use rubber slips. We went through about 100 packages of those through the last couple shows, so we are out right now. I'll show you what they look like. We're getting some more back in. That's what one of them looks like. These things are the cat's meow. They're better than the string bobber stops. We've done a video on that. We'll do another one when I get some more back in. I won't do one until we actually have them for sale. That way I'm not giving you guys something you can't purchase. Hang on, guys, got a customer. All right, we're back. I just covered the slip bobbers and the rubber stops. Now I'm going to cover, if you're going to cast a 32nd ounce jig and you want to do it on a fixed bobber, this is the size I use. This or this little guy. Here's a round bobber, and this is a pear-shaped bobber. These are both called 3/4 inch. Again, I use those because two reasons. They don't make a large splash when they hit the water, and the crappie can pull it down under the water easier, and I can detect some lighter bites when they just nip at it. It improves my hook set. All right, that's what I'd use, the 32nd ounce from 0 to 5 foot, and what I would do with a bobber. Now we're going to move up to the 16th ounce. 16th ounce is right here. I'll try and get that in the camera if I can. All right, what I would use a 16th ounce for is anywhere from 0 to about 7 foot. You can cast those, you can use them under a bobber, or you can vertical jig the 16th ounce also. If you'll notice, if you cast a 16th ounce out and when it hits the water, it starts snagging structure, rocks, trees, whatever on the bottom, kick back up to a 32nd ounce and try casting that and reeling a little bit faster. You might glide over the top of the brush instead of snagging it, losing your lure. You may be able to get it back to the boat, still get the strikes, but not snag up as much. That's just a little side tip on that one. Like I said, you can use a 16th ounce under the bobber, cast it, vertical jig it. If I'm going to go anywhere from 7 to 16 foot, we'll say 16 foot. I know most people don't go past that. I'll fish down into the 30 foot range, and if I do that, I go up to a 1/4 ounce. So I'd say 16 to 30 foot, I would go to a 1/4 ounce jig head. I don't have any of those right here with me because that is a very small percentage of people that actually fish that deep or are comfortable fishing that deep. So if you guys want to see a video on that, let me know, and we can actually maybe hit the rod in the water and fish some deep brush piles up to 30, 40 foot deep and show you guys how we do that with a 1/4 ounce jig head. Here's the 1/8 ounce ball head. Sorry guys, I'm trying to watch the customers and do this at the same time, so I'm getting a little off track. There's the 1/8 ounce ball head in orange again. You can cast an 1/8 ounce ball head from 0 to 8 foot. I've tried it and I get snagged up quite a bit, so I dropped back to a 1/16 ounce, and the rate of fall seemed to cause me to get less strikes than I did when I had the 1/16 ounce. It seems like the rate of fall for the 1/16 ounce in the water column is a little slower, and it gives the crappie a little easier time to see it and chase it. So 1/8 ounce I would use from 8 to about 16 foot deep, and more than likely I'd be vertical jigging without a bobber. You can use a bobber. I would step up to probably the 1-inch pair bobber if I was going to do a fixed bobber, or the 1-inch slip bobber to float an 1/8 ounce jig head, because they're just obviously a little bit heavier. So that's all three sizes: 32nd, 16th, and 8th, and they're different applications. If you guys have any more questions or anything to add to that, please comment to this post and let me know. Send me a private message, or come see me at one of the shows, or if you see me in person out fishing, let me know. But that's all I got for now, guys, and I'll do another video on another topic here in a little bit. See you guys later.